Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at a new operating system, but this time it's not for the Pi 4, it's for computers. And this is brought to us by the TwisterOS team, the same team who did it for the Raspberry Pi 4, and they released a version for computers. But the way you install this, it's called Twister Spins for additional hardware, so you have to manually yourself install Xubuntu or Linux Mint on your PC or in a virtual machine, and then you just download this file right here, and it's like a script, and you run the script and it installs everything for you, tons of software, tons of themes, and then you have Twister UI or Twister Spin installed on your computer. So right now I'm running Xubuntu, and then I ran the script, but you can also use Linux Mint if you prefer that over Xubuntu. And there's some information about it here, and overall it's looking great. They just released this yesterday, so it's pretty new, and this is version 1.0. So this is the default theme, the default TwisterOS theme, and this comes on the Raspberry Pi 2. But let me just go over some of the features first, and then we'll take a look at the other themes. So we have application launcher right here, and we have all these awesome apps that you can launch, or you can just search for them through here, and it works really well. You can just go through and edit stuff. Yeah, it's great. And then we have our file manager here, looks pretty cool. And as you know, Linux does not come with Chrome, but the script installs Chrome for you, so that's a nice addition because I'm a fan of Chrome. And then we have a software store here. We have mail, terminal, mousepad, and catfish. If I was to type no fetch, we have this nice TwisterOS logo here. It says what version it is. This is Ubuntu 20.04. I'll be updating it to 20.10 soon probably. Twister UI version 1.0. I am running this in a virtual machine, so. And these are all my packages. I am using XFCE because it's Xubuntu. And that's my CPU, my GPU, all of those things are correct. So it's a nice little addition to have the TwisterOS logo right there. And then if we go to apps on the desktop, we have this app called My Android, which you might know from the TwisterOS Raspberry Pi version. So if you plug in your Android phone into your computer, you'll be able to pull up your Android screen on your computer screen and be able to use it with your mouse. We have trash, file system, home, and we have Steam. So with Steam you'll be able to run some of your Steam games, and yeah, and it updates it. So Steam is probably, you'll be able to play more games in the Raspberry Pi, of course, because this is a computer and it has an x86 CPU instead of an ARM CPU. And then we have a README right here. Definitely go through and read this README. It has a lot of information, Twister UI, and it has all of the themes in here. And it tells you how to do it. And yeah. So Wine is included in this, so that's great. You can run Windows applications right on here. And yeah, so this is looking pretty good to me. And then we have a Discord app that comes pre-installed when you run that script, and it just starts up the Discord app and runs really well. My performance is of course going to be a little worse in this video because it's a virtual machine instead of running it natively, because I don't have a spare PC right now to install this on. So that's just starting up right now. App launched. Yeah, this is nice to just have this pre-installed so you don't have to install it. It's a nice little addition. So it's nice that they don't only include the themes, they also include some software, because a lot of people don't know how to install all this software, so it's easier when it comes pre-installed. So the Discord app's great. and then it's still open on here, but I'm just gonna quit Discord. And then we have, I'll go into that in a minute, we have Lutris, which is like a game launcher for all of your games. So you can install games with Wine, Steam, Linux, or a browser, and you can have them all shown in this one app, and you can click them with one button. So Pylabs has a video about this, so you can check that out if you don't know, if you want to learn more about this. But it's a nice addition to have on here, so you can launch your games with ease. And then we have the TwisterOS menu up here, and here we have all of your apps too. So you can open your apps from here, or you can just open it from here. And yeah, we have tons of apps on here. Actually, we have Wine, a whole Wine part. And I did install 7-zip with Wine. It was super easy to install, and it's launching right now. While that's launching, we'll take a look at just some other apps. Oh, here it is, 7-zip. This is the Windows version. It's a 32-bit version. I know this isn't like a huge deal, but just to show you guys that it does work, and you could install different games on here too, Windows games. A lot of them should work actually, because you don't have all those limitations that the Pi 4 does, because this is a computer. Yeah, and then let's go over to the theme Twister and show you guys how that is. So it says want a different look. This will change your theme. So this is called the TwisterOS theme, and then we have 2 Mac OS. We have Windows 7, Windows 10, Windows 10 Dark, and then we have Windows XP and Windows 95 themes. So I'm gonna go with the Mac OS Dark theme for now. So you just type in your password, and it's gonna switch your whole system into the Mac OS look, and then you hit enter and it reboots into the Mac OS type of look. So here we are with the Mac OS Dark theme, which they call iRaspbian Dark, and it's looking pretty slick actually. We have our app launcher on the top here. We have all of our apps. We have our desktop Mac videos, all those things like Mac OS. And then we have our file manager here, and it's looking a lot like Finder. And then we have our Launchpad, or the app is called Lightpad itself. We do have Kodi already installed. So with Kodi is like a media player and basically that. So you can watch your shows and stuff like that. And it comes pre-installed with this TwisterOS UI. So I want to exit Kodi. That's just a little show. And yeah, and then we have our settings. And our settings actually looks like Mac OS. It's pretty sick. All of these apps, all these settings lined up together. It's a really cool thing just to have it like this. And we have dynamic wallpaper included. It looks like there might be a little problem with that one. Well, it works on the Raspberry Pi version, and it's pretty cool. Your wallpaper changes according to time. Our buttons on the side are just like Mac OS. The theming is pretty well done, I think. That's our software center. It looks like the App Store. We have VLC, calendar, terminal, and you can switch the places of these if you like. If you don't like the exact place where it is, just switch it. And a cool thing, if you want icon zoom on your plank, just go like this. Click Control, then hold down, and go up to Preferences. And what you're going to hit is you're going to click icon zoom, and now you have this cool zoom on your dock. I'm a fan of that. I like it a lot more than not having it zoom, so I always turn that on. That's just a little addition that you should do. Trash went over there. Oops. But yeah, so now I have this nice zoom on my plank, which is a really nice addition. And then we have this software store. Well, this comes with Xubuntu, of course, but it has tons of useful software that you can just go ahead and straight away install. So I haven't tested this with Linux Mint, but with Xubuntu, it's looking pretty nice. And our Discord icon changed. It made it more look like an Apple type of logo than the Windows type of logo. So now I'm going to take a look at the Windows 10 theme and tell you guys how I like that one. So I'm going to be going with the Nighthawk version. So I just type in my password, and it's going to change up my whole system. So I hit enter, and it reboots with the Windows theme. And man, this looks pretty good. So we have our like Windows bar right here. We have all our apps, and it looks pretty Windows-like. And then we have a Cortana type of thing here, but actually this is called Catfish, and you can search your files. So right here, see, I searched 7Z, and there's this XA that I had in my downloads. And then we have our software logo right here. And then we have our file manager, downloads, documents, all of that. It looks just like the file explorer that would come on Windows. Our buttons are look great. We have Chrome, and it made the LibreOffice icons look like Word, Outlook, Excel. Our terminal looks like CMD. Yeah, and our font looks more Windowsy like than the Mac OS version, of course. This looks like Notepad, but it's mousepad. Yeah. We have all the same apps, of course. It's just different themes. And then we have tons of themes on here. There's like, I think about 8. Yeah, so we have Windows 95, XP, Windows 10, Windows 7, and Mac OS 10. So I'm a fan of this. It's looking like a really nice and promising operating system for your computer. I bet there'll be lots of updates for this and making it better every time. But great job, PyLabs and the TwisterOS team. Great job, Grayduck, with theming this and making the script. So if this video was helpful for you guys, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe.